I believe the Super Bowl's in a dome stadium as well. So if you look from that fact, the situation is right for New Orleans to possibly win their second Super Bowl in their history.
Well, we got to wrap it up and put a bow on it. Do you want to stick around and talk some more NFL with us? We've got Kent Sterling from the Kent Sterling Show coming on with us next. Do you want to stick around or do you got to go?
The good news is I'm interested in this stuff. The bad news is time is not on my side. I got to be at work by 10 a.m., so I got to get going.
All right, buddy. We'll talk with you soon. You have yourself a good weekend.
Anytime, Tom.
Matthew Embry from WSBT up in Mishawaka. My name's Tom Marcos, El Presidente. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Kent Sterling from the Kent Sterling Show. We'll get into this Colts Chiefs talk.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement, have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo, feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you can save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
All right, welcome back to the Bellas. My name is Tom Marcos, El Presidente. Thank you to Matthew Embry from WSBT up in Mishawaka, country, talking basketball, college basketball with us, as also talking a little bit about what's going on in the college football recap. Clemson beats Alabama. What a championship game, that is. But we are on the bigger and better things, maybe bigger, maybe better, but certainly big. With the NFL Divisional Playoffs are here. The first game on the slot is our team. We're going to play Homer for in the next segment here with Kit Sterling, and then Derek Schultz from the Query and Schultz show going to join us. That's a lot to say on Saturday. He'll be joining us in a few minutes as well. Welcome back to the balance. It's an exciting day, even though we're snowed in. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know what, Tom? Great to be here and good to start the day doing something. I'm just going to sit around and try to figure out what to do with myself until about 4:35. We got about 7 hours until this thing kicks off, and I think it's going to be a good day for the Colts. I like where the Colts are. I like the matchup. I think Patrick Mahomes can be special, but I think that Andrew Luck is special, and I think that the defense of the Indianapolis Colts is fast. And because of that fast defense, I think the Chiefs are going to have a tough time doing what they want to do offensively.
We're talking with Kent Sterling from CBS Sports 1430 AM afternoon drive show here in Indianapolis. We're talking about the Colts and Chiefs matchup. Let's talk about the journey a little bit. Kit started out 1-5. We don't want to talk about this. We don't want to think about this. But at the season end of the day, yeah, it might be a shot in the gut. But hey, it's a lot better than what we thought we were going to be at. We started at 1-5. I think we all said, yeah, this is pretty much what we thought was going to happen. And then something magical happened. Talk to us about that journey. What happened? Where was the turnaround point? And where are we at now?
You know, I think that the turnaround point, it kind of obviously the difference between 1-5 and winning 10 of your last 11 is stark. But I think that the turning point was the belief that Frank Reich showed in his willingness, his desire, his compulsion to stick to process. Matt Eberflus holding people accountable for the small, little indiscretions defensively that led to the difference between winning and losing in the NFL is so minute. It's about executing. It's about making tackles. It's about making the right read, having your hips pointed in the right direction at the right time. Eberflus held the guys accountable to that. Frank Reich continued to believe in this team. And you know what? One big deal is they got healthy. And when you get healthy, you're a little bit better. And for sure, with Ryan Kelly playing instead of Evan Boehm, that's been important. Finding a starting right guard that was going to work for this offensive line, and Mark Lewinsky, Anthony Costanzo, getting back to full health. When this team has been healthy, that offensive line, that starting unit as it stands today and as it's going to start today, they have allowed 0 sacks this season, and they have been road graders up front. They have opened holes for Marlon Mack in a way over the last few weeks that have been substantial. And because of that, this team has kind of got it rolling in all phases.
Well, the Colts certainly have their work cut out for them. One of their biggest challenges of the season, led by head coach Andy Reid, which everybody knows who he is. He's not had a lot of success in the playoffs, and historically, the Chiefs had a lot of success in the playoffs. A lot of Chiefs fans think there might be a curse over Arrowhead Stadium in the playoffs, and hopefully we can take advantage of that. But let's keep in mind that Patrick Mahomes is no joke. He's the real deal. Help us get to know the Kansas City Chiefs, and what did the Colts have to do to beat such a very, very good team this year?
I think what you've got to do, and by the way, if the Colts win today at Arrowhead, they're going to be the all-time leader in playoff games won in that stadium, including the Kansas City Chiefs. The Colts and the Chiefs have both won 2 games all time at Arrowhead Stadium in the postseason. What they've got to do is secure tackles at the first opportunity. You can't let Tyreek Hill get loose in space. If you do that, you're going to pay the price. They love chunk plays, and the Indianapolis Colts have been historically good at preventing those. One thing that's going to be critical today is the health of Malik Hooker. He has got to play. If he's playing, I feel really good about the Colts' chances. And if he's not playing, as we talked about with the difference between Ryan Kelly and Evan Boehm, nothing against Evan Boehm, there is a real difference at free safety between Malik Hooker and George Odom. When you have that kind of drop in the guy who's kind of keeping the lid on the defense, that's against an offense like the Chiefs. I think that is a recipe for disaster. If Malik Hooker plays, I really like where they're at in Kansas City today.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got an exciting combo, if you will, with T.Y. Hilton and Andrew Luck. And I like it a lot to Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. They really have that deep connection. And let's face it, if T.Y. Hilton and Andrew Luck are on point and they're connecting, they are unstoppable.
Yeah, I think that, they call T.Y. the ghost for a reason, right? Everybody locks in on T.Y., and they try to figure out how to take him away. He's the ambient player. That's what Rick Venturi calls these guys who keep defensive coordinators awake at night. He's that guy for the Indianapolis Colts, and you marshal your resources to try to stop him. But when you do that, you allow the Colts to run the football with impunity, and so you put more guys in the box, and all of a sudden T.Y. breaks off a route, and he catches a ball for 60. And that's kind of the way this thing works. The Chiefs' defense is really, really bad, terrible, in fact, against the run. Against the pass, they're just a skosh better. But I think T.Y. Hilton can have a big day today. I think Chester Rogers can have a decent day. Dontrell Inman is going to be a terrific weapon. They've got Eric Ebron. We keep talking about the Kansas City Chiefs as though they've got 6 Hall of Famers on that offense. We've got Andrew Luck. We got weapons all over the place. Their defense is terrible. Our defense is good. I love the matchup. I don't understand why we're underdogs, and I don't understand why people in the national media keep looking at us cross-eyed saying, well, look at how cute the Colts are. And, I think they've got a chance this afternoon, but, geez, they're the 6th seed, and the Chiefs are the 1. I think the Colts win today.
Well, I think it'd be exciting. And also, with another things that we haven't talked about, the defense is firing on all cylinders. And, there's another couple people on the offensive line by the name of Ryan Kelly, and the guy I like to call Big Mac. He needs to get an endorsement by McDonald's. He is incredible to watch, a lot of fun to watch. And do we have another Edgerrin James on our team? I don't know, maybe, but it sure looks like it.
I like Marlon Mack a lot. And what Marlon Mack was talking to us about this week, I like spending time with him. He's a nice, really nice, humble South Florida kid. And when he talks about punishing defenders, he doesn't do it from a place of like personal cruelty. He just knows that as the game wears on, he's going to get stronger. And what he needs to concentrate on doing early in the game is hitting guys hard enough on the defensive end that they don't want to get in his way. As the game moves on, just physically he looks so little like Edge. Edge was kind of a bigger guy, but you know what? The way they wear down defenses, they're really, really similar in that regard. And I like Marlon Mack a lot. I mean, he's just a great kid, and he's another guy who's gotten healthy. And as he's gotten healthier, this offense has gotten better.
How big of a factor is the weather, and how big of a factor is the weather going to play for Adam Vinatieri? We know he's the clutch, and we know that he's had some great wins in bad weather. But at the same time, we all get to a certain age where we just can't do it as efficiently anymore. Maybe we're seeing the tail end of Adam Vinatieri. Maybe his retirement's coming soon. One game at a time, one day at a time. But how big is the weather? And obviously we got to talk about Adam Vinatieri, the weather, and how that may affect today's game.
Well, as far as not being able to do it as well or as often as you get older, I hope you're speaking for yourself and not speaking for me. I can do it as long and as often as I like. You're
right. Very good point. Good point.
Adam, I think the weather's going to be fine. The snow should have moved through Kansas City by the time they get to kickoff. They've got the field tarped. They've got the heaters underneath. I think it's going to be fine. I think Adam's going to be fine, and I don't think it's going to come down to field goals. I think the Colts are going to outscore them at a level where the field goals, it's nice to get 3, but I think you're going to have to go out there and get 7. I think it's going to be the extra points that are as important, if not more important, even though they cost or they count a third of the points. But, if I've got Adam Vinatieri on my sideline and I look across and I see Harrison Butker, for the Chiefs, who missed a field goal last year in the playoffs against the Titans that would have allowed at least the Chiefs to go to overtime against the Titans, missed a 48-yarder. I think advantage Colts. I look at the punters. I see Colquitt over there. I see Rigoberto Sanchez over here. That's advantage Colts. As you look at this in a series of matchups, different levels on the defense, different levels on the offense, granted, Kelsey's really good. And Tyreek Hill is really, really good. Mahomes is really, really good. But I think that the Colts, with Luck, Hilton, Mack, Ebron, they match up really well on the offensive side. Then on the special teams, advantage Colts on the defensive side of the ball. I love where the Colts are in this thing, and I think Vinatieri